Hello everyone, this is Karsten. Welcome back to Avowed. We are, I think, just about to finish off the Shatterscarp area. There's only one thing left to do, which is to approach Nakukubel, but I kind of figured, hey, before I actually go, I should probably look for the Totem of Revelations. So apparently the Emerald Eye rests on an unfinished likeness, so probably a statue of some sort, not far from unnatural iciness. It's pretty clear that this is going to be the unnatural iciness, so it's probably going to be somewhere within this area, what I'm looking for. Pretty sure I was just there recently, so I might have to run around the shark's teeth again. But I also noticed there seems to be a civilian who's just hanging out here.
Please. I just want to sleep.
Can we talk?
You see that too, right? The ice. You see it?
I see it, but it's not really there. I see it. How is that even possible? Well, I mean, we've already dealt with the situation. We know it's an illusion.
I don't know. I think those are our deaths waiting for us. The Archmage whispered something to me, but
Oh, did she? So you actually know at least that this is the Archmage's
sure I
domain.
want to
So
either.
there's that.
She's broken all of us. Even the Zoribs. Poor bastards.
Are you the Adirian Temerity was talking about?
Adirin, wasn't I? I've been so busy with the Zoribs.
I'm literally
This
like
month
trying to
I
remember
think.
what did Temerity tell us
There was
about?
one with the most beautiful spear. I wanted it. I told the
Oh, I have it
Archmage.
on me. I did find a spear.
She said,
Yeah, I went inside the Archmage's lair. I saw a frozen Zarip, if that helps.
dead like all of us.
I have a
The
spear. I
ice
actually
red.
thought it was
Come
weird
for
that it
us
was a
all.
quest item.
Did you see its spear? Something beautiful in this cold dark.
Here's the spear you wanted.
Oh, beautiful.
Strangely marked Zarip's spear. I wonder if that was the right move.
Warm as
I wonder if that'll make him worse. I hope not.
you. For you.
What are you giving me? A draconic charm. Ooh.
I know. We will be warm together.
Please don't stab yourself. Okay, well that was a little weird. You want to talk about it? No? Okay. Sure, well, that was a little unnerving. I didn't even see him on my way in, but I'm glad I saw him on the way out. What did you just give me? I honestly couldn't tell you. It was a draconic charm. Here it is. Channel a Zarip's, a Zarip tribe's draconic deity to become uninterruptible and breathe fire at your enemies. Okay. This crude idol is carved from dragon bone and suspended from a simple leather strip. At the behest of an elder high priest, all of the faith and devotion of a sizable Zarip tribe was poured into this idol in an attempt to resurrect the dragon that the Zarips worshipped as a god. So I was right, they are kobolds. As expected, this ritual did not succeed in bringing the dragon back. Instead, a small measure of its fiery ferocity awakened within the bone idol, allowing whoever wore it to call upon the dead dragon's might. Alright, cool, but not something I'm going for. I see multiple people want to talk to me back at camp, so we will probably double back for them shortly. But I've got to run around looking for a statue? I mean, that looks like a statue in progress, doesn't it? I think it does, actually. Okay. I was actually expecting more of like a facade, you know, like a face, a statue's head or something, but I guess technically this would still fall under that that moniker, right? Have I been to this area? I've definitely been to this area. I don't think I went into the side here though. No, it's not actually enterable. But can I climb it? I can! Okay, so this is probably going to be it. Tattered note. A notice affixed to the statue, miraculously legible despite its clear age. Marat, if you come back, know that I broke your statue on purpose. It's because you were an idiot, and you should be punished. If not for your ridiculous quest, Demintir would still be here. He went out there because of you, so I'm destroying your statue. You had a terrible eye for proportions anyway. Okay. Oh, I can hear items. That's a very good sign. Yep. There it is. Okay. Hoarder's note. The handwriting in this note is cramped, ugly, and almost unreadable. Only a few sentences are legible. Pargrunen trinkets. They're going to be worth something one day, though. Just have to wait. Let the demand grow. Hopefully, no one will find my collection before then. Well, I found it. Just random crap. Thank you. I'll take the emerald eye, though.
Looks like it could fit in that artifact we found, actually. Let's try it out.
What do you mean we found? I found it without you, before you were in my party. Okay, so I guess there's a pretty good reason for me to go back to a camp now anyway. Well, this is the closest one, so I'll just port right over to it. I'll plug in the last gem into the totem, see what we unlock from there, listen into the gods' conversation, and then talk to all of our lovely party members. So, here is the totem. I hear, but why? Okay, can we move on to actual dialogue, or... let them lull you. Dream.
Cannot be a god.
Oh, so they're sensing Sapidal, right?
Preposterous.
Yes, but have you seen what has passed before? The most preposterous things are always true. A god unbound to us. What does it feel? What does it think? It fascinates us.
It is not one of us. We must be sure of its intent.
Why is Magran so clear while everyone else is so out there? Listen for more about Sapidal's creation. Listen for more about the motives. Listen to the power. I want to know more about the creation, please.
Perhaps its birth was the natural order, and ours was absurd.
Very well. If you see all the mysteries of Aora, explain it. How can it rival us?
We do not smell rivalry. Does it know of us?
It probably didn't even know of you, no.
An ancient tomb.
Just this once, I wish you would make sense.
Listen for more of what Sapidal knows. Listen for more about Sapidal's nature. Listen to the nature.
It is slippery. It beckons, then hides itself.
If we cannot quantify this god, we cannot be sure that it will not challenge us one day.
Parry before the lunge, then.
I will not act now, but I will watch and wait.
Okay, so there might be a set of gods.
From outside or within.
Yeah, so there might be a bunch of gods watching us at this very moment. Yep. So what are the buffs? 5% critical hit chance. Seems pretty good. Intellect and perception, not awful. Restoring essence. Critical hits deal high random accumulation. That seems cool and all, but what I've got right now is decent too. Constitution and Dex. Hidden Hatred, increases damage against skulls, taking damage, deal 20%, stacks with retribution. This is all really good. So I'm just going to keep the Schemer's offering, I think.
When all of this is behind us, are you going back to Fjord Mesiverna?
It's hard to imagine leaving forever, especially with Quilici still there. What about you? Vidaro's reversed your exile.
I like how that wasn't an answer. You didn't answer her question, Yatsli.
On the one hand, it's tempting.
On the other, nothing's really changed. And you'd still have the same problems waiting for you there.
True enough.
Exactly. You understand.
You're a brilliant woman, Giada. Whatever you decide, you'll be right.
You're too
Right.
kind to me, Yatsli. I don't deserve you.
Right. So last episode, I took out Kai and decided to take out these two because they actually know each other, have a history, and I wanted to hear their dialogue with each other and their banter. The problem is, having two mages and myself, and no tank, meant that we had a pretty rough time. Oh.
No. No. making conversation. I'm
But yeah, so we had a pretty rough time without an actual tank, so I think I'm just going to change it out again. I'll just have Kai and Yatzli until Yatzli's part of the story is over, and then I'll switch back to my go-to party.
Of course, it would never work. But it would probably work for at least 6 months.
I assume they're still talking about a relationship?
Slow down.
Yeah.
I was literally just trying to fill the silence.
Aren't you supposed to be with Quilici? Excuse me? Anyway, Marius, what do you want? I haven't talked to you in a long time.
Let's not do that again.
You weren't even in
Stay
it, don't
out of
worry.
Archmage's domains from now on. Sure, we made it out alive, but that outcome felt out of my hands more than I'd like.
I can't promise that will be the last time.
I know. I knew when I signed on there'd be risks. Especially with you jumping into every weird cave you find.
Correctamundo.
Anyway, I'm glad to be out of there. Time to curl up with some jerky and a few swigs of Wodak. Anyway.
Alright, and that's that for his conversation.
Before I've done some reading.
Oh wait, no, he has another follow-up. Oops. What do you want?
I suppose if you're on a wild goose chase, there are worse places to do it.
You talking about Nakutadek? Worse places than a hot, barren land filled with chasms and sinkholes? You're looking on the bright side for once. Yeah, I'm gonna pick that.
I thought I'd give it a try, see how it feels. Yatzli's got you going in all sorts of abandoned ruins. Who knows what's down there? More questions, most likely. And spiders.
We've dealt with a lot of those. Are you afraid of spiders now?
No, why would I be? I just want to make sure we've covered all the options before we dive headfirst into another deadly ruin.
Well, I appreciate your concern, Marius.
Right. Just keep it in mind, I guess.
I will.
Anyway.
Alright, bye. Unless you have another thing to say. Nope, that's it. Alright, Yatzli, what do you want?
For the camp of an official Adiran envoy, I was expecting a little more. A proper bed, at least.
We're on the road,
I
ma'am.
suppose this will do for now. As long as you have a bath, of course.
I suppose a bath can be arranged, if you ask nicely.
I always ask nicely. But, as riveting as it is to complain about our accommodations, I imagine you have another topic in mind?
Well, yes, I have a lot, actually, because I don't think we've actually had a conversation with each other before. So I presume you have a lot of answers for me. To my many, many, many questions. I also need to double check with all of the other party members about their opinions on you as well, and to hear your opinions on them, so it's going to be quite dialogue heavy, I think. That jar you had me fetch for you earlier, is it worth much? Probably not. I do want to talk to her about Fior. But I wonder if that would end this conversation about the questions. But honestly, the first question doesn't intrigue me that much, because I know it's probably not worth much, and it's just, you know, a fancy. I know why I found her alone in the old ruins, because she's obviously an archaeologist. So, I'll just ask about Fior then.
I appreciate it, envoy. But I think I need a moment to gather my thoughts.
Alright.
Can we save that talk for once I've freshened up a bit?
Okay, alright, that's fine. Then I have to ask these questions anyway, so let's just start with the first one. How much was it worth?
I'm the only buyer you'll find.
Yeah, exactly.
And I already have the jar. A lesson for next time, darling. It's always worth some haggling. Unfortunately, it's been quite some time since I've met another who focused on the godless as I do. And I imagine I'd be more knowledgeable on the subject than anyone else you could find.
Well, I have a voice in my head that tells me quite a lot about them, actually, but you know. Is that how you got that burn? Running around old flammable ruins? I wasn't 100% sure that this was a burn on her, actually. I was observing while we were talking to each other, and I noticed there's, you know, some fuzz and fur and stuff on her right shoulder, but not on her left, so maybe this was a burn, it just doesn't show as a burn. Did you learn of the godless when you were studying the arcane arts? I feel like saying that is extremely rude, so...
Technically, yes. Well, it set me on the path, at least. When I got my first grimoire as a child, I was trying out some of the fancy new spells I'd been given.
Doesn't sound like
I
it went
was
super well, did
attempting
it?
a simple illusion spell, but I must have slurred my words. The next thing I know, everything was on fire.
Arcane Scholar. The incantation for reflection is one stressed syllable from flame. Perhaps that's where you made your mistake.
That was my assumption as well. Barrett's balls. It's nice to know I won't have to dumb things down with you. What is childhood but for silly things? When else can you get away with arson?
I suppose.
My father was able to pull me from the flames as my mother doused them.
Well, I'm glad you're
I
mostly
burned myself
unscathed.
badly enough to give myself some vivid dreams, but the house still stood at the end.
Did you ever end up getting that spell right? Well, she's a mage that casts fireballs and meteors. What do you think, Karst? I'll say it anyway.
Of course. Now I only burn those that deserve it, like mosquitoes and university administrators. The only lasting damage was my burn mark and the dreams.
Fair enough. The burn must have been painful at the time. What kind of stupid statement is that, Karst? Obviously it was painful. Are you sure you only had dreams and not nightmares?
Nightmares are still dreams, Envoy.
Yes, also
Just
true.
not ones you'd recommend to others. They're not nearly as enjoyable as my more provocative dreams.
Right. I don't want to hear about those. Personally, my favorite dream involves several lengths of rope and an enticing courtier from home. I mean, that's the interesting dialogue choice, so I'll pick it.
Oh. Well, just be sure to have a quick release knot if you ever make that fantasy reality.
Right, okay.
Someone should learn from my mistakes. I certainly have no intention to.
Goodness.
Uh,
Feeling very honest today, aren't we?
As delightful as you are, we've much to do and less time to do it in. Shall we go?
no, I must ask you more questions. I'm not done with you. Where is she? There you are.
I've been trying to sort my thoughts since we left her domain. We met Ringrim. The Ringrim. Master illusionist of the Circle of Archmagi. And we impressed her?
Apparently so.
She even offered to make me her apprentice.
I don't think she went that far. I thought she said that she'd follow up with you, but... Arcane Scholar, I could hardly contain myself. It was an honor just to meet her. Apparently I care a lot.
It was overwhelming. I can still feel my heartbeat. It doesn't feel real. But it is. Oh, Handra's titties. What am I going to do? If I take the apprenticeship, I'll have to leave Quilici and Fjord. And what about my study of the Godless? I've spent my whole life with them.
Intellect. But who else will tell the story of the Ekidan if not you?
Oh, you even learned their proper name. I can't believe you listened. You'll make me cry at this rate.
Well, I mean, I have the
I'm
god
not a kid anymore.
in my head about
I
it,
don't-
so...
I can't do everything all at once. There are only 26 hours in a day.
Are there?
I love my life.
In
as
this
it is
world?
now. Exploring as I wish and coming home to open arms and a warm bed. I don't want to give that up. But this is something I never even dreamed of. But it's big. It won't leave room for much else. And I'm too old to... Oh,
I don't think you'd be able to settle down. It would take up the rest of your life. You want me to make that decision?
Oh, darling. Don't you know that I'll do what I want no matter what anyone thinks? I just wish to ask a friend her opinion. Now come on. Answer the question. What would you do?
I feel like I'm being asked a very, very specific question way too early. It's an opportunity, sure, but it will take you away from all the people you know. And as you said, you're a bit too old now to focus on that and make it back, you know, before, for example, Quilici dies. Or something like that. I also don't know how long your species lives for, so that's a thing I need to worry about. We only just met Ringrim, and she's very detached. She's very... I don't know how to say it. Unsympathetic, right? She, like, kind of views people as test subjects more than anything else, from what I've seen. So she doesn't seem like the nicest person either. And let's pretend you became her apprentice for an extended time. You'd come back basically similar to how she is, right? I'm gonna pick that Fjord's in a scary place right now. Could you really leave them?
The people of Fjord are stronger than they seem. But you're right. They feel unsafe in their own homes now. Quilici and I could return home and continue our lives.
Yes, exactly.
With little improvements here and
You'll
there.
lose all the joy in your life.
Thank you, dearie. I can't promise I'll act on it, but I really appreciate the advice.
You're welcome.
Now,
It's your decision in the end, by the way. That's just my opinion, and we literally just
you'll
met each
never
other.
believe me.
Yeah, we quite literally just met each other, and you're already asking me, hey, you want to make a life-changing decision for me? It's like, no, not really.
I wonder how we invented bread.
What?
I just wonder who looked at yeast, grain, and eggs and decided to add heat to all that, and to see what came of it.
Why are we talking about this?
Do you think? it
'Cause
was
she's just
an
weird.
accident? Do you think they dropped some grain in the campfire and went from there?
Dropping grain in your campfire doesn't make bread happen.
But how do we know? How do you think bread was invented?
I don't know. Maybe it came about over centuries of messing around with different mixtures and cooking techniques.
Well, if you won't take it seriously, there's no point in discussing this.
Does anyone have a copy of the theorems of Pangram? I want to try something.
I wish I could help, sweetheart.
There's a lot of dialogue just going on in the background at the moment. I had to do something real quick, and then...
I've been looking into
and they're just having their conversations, so here I am just listening in.
You don't think Sabadal will work their trades?
Perhaps, but it's good to have a contingency plan.
Right. Necromancy is your plan?
Do you have a better one?
Nope. Necromancy it is, then, I guess.
Well, I know Marius disapproves of anything
I've been
soul-related.
itching for an excuse to try my hand at necromancy.
How about you don't try it on us?
I wish we could have done more for them. Capo and Chico, I mean. But if I were in his shoes, I hope I'd make the same choice. Though I'd like to pick a more fun way to die.
I'm here trying to remember who Keiko and Chico are. I mostly just feel bad for Capo. Is that the guy who died of poison? Like, the guy who tried to sell us drugs?
Of course. Even when it's expected, or even preferable, it's always a tragedy. I can only hope that at the end I have some control over things. That I can go out as Yatsley.
Okay, so if you decided to go with the Archmage and become the apprentice, you probably wouldn't stay Yatsley, would you? Wizard extraordinaire, godless expert, and a Balrog in the bedroom? Sure.
And don't you forget it. But it gives you something to think about.
I suppose.
Not everyone gets to come back like you did, Envoy.
True.
Well, that's all I had to say. I'll let you get back to whatever you were doing.
Which was nothing.
Unless there's something else you want to chat about?
Actually,
How can I
yes.
help, darling?
There's quite a lot I want to ask about. What do you think of our travel companions?
We've been traveling together for a little while.
For like
I just have to know.
an hour at most, but sure.
Did you purposefully choose such colorful company, or is that just what you attract naturally?
You're the most colorful one
I'm
here.
very clearly a delight, so it's obvious why you let me stick around. But Kai's hiding a lot behind that humor of his, isn't he?
Well, we got to the bottom of it already.
That could be Quilici and me is not something I want to think about. And Marius, I don't know what's lurking in him.
Yeah, we haven't figured out his problems yet, but I'm sure we'll figure it out in the next
If
map.
he reaches out, do try.
Because it kind of sounds like we're going to be approaching the
As for Giada,
dwarves' homeland, so...
clearly Giada is a gem. As for me, well, I'm just as riveting as you, but the boys are giving me a run for my money.
Are they? Arcane Scholar. Honestly, it's just nice to not have to speak in layman's term for every moment of the day. Let's just casually insult the rest of our party.
It is a lovely little perk, isn't it? But so is the ability to actually talk to any you meet. Don't discount it.
Exactly.
You do strike me as a people person.
Am I?
Tell me, do you get along with all you meet?
I have a lot of friends back in Adir. Apparently I have a sweetheart at home. Let's just roll with that. It'll be a long time until we meet again.
I understand. It's hard to be away
I'm just
from
filling
your
out my
love.
backstory, I guess.
Even for the
First
best
time I've ever
reasons.
mentioned a relationship, but sure.
Can I ask about
Whatever.
your sweetheart?
Whatever you want. I just throw you random crap. Sure, it works smithy.
Ooh, nothing like working up a sweat with someone who knows what they're doing, is there? And here I thought I had a wild youth exploring ruins. You might be putting me to shame, dearie.
Come on, you and Quilici have been simple and sweet all your time together? Dark, empty ruins, those could be very good places for a rendezvous, couldn't they? That sounds extremely dangerous.
Quilichi is quite good at knowing when to be sweet and when to be sour.
Yatsli, that's my surrogate father you're talking about? Spare my imagination, if you please.
Oh, you knew the risks when you came over uninvited, darling. It's on your head. Well, you've satisfied my curiosity. You know, Envoy, we've traveled enough that I think I've gotten a handle on your style.
Or have you?
Style of fighting, I mean. Your fashion sense is more opaque.
Okay.
But
What have you
listen
learned?
to your incantations. They could use some tightening up.
Okay, teach me
I
then.
could
Go for
probably
it.
teach you a thing or two, if you're up for it.
I'm always
What
up
do you
for
say?
it. You always see the traps before I do. Can you show me what to look for? Let's sharpen our wits. Whatever you want to teach me, I'm ready to learn. Yeah, okay.
How about I show you a little bit of everything?
Sure, why not? I guess I get free
What?
stats?
Out of breath already? Talk to one of the boys. See if they can help with your stamina, dear. Well, I've taught you all I can.
I assume that was
Let's hope you
innuendo
put it
in
to
some
good
way.
use.
Okay. +1 intellect and +1 perception. That's not even bad. Thank you.
Do you think those Adirans were onto something?
Who?
Or
Which?
were they onto something before you ended their studies? Do you think they could have cured the Dream Scourge?
I doubt it. Which Adirans? I don't know which events you're referring to because you're just throwing all these conversations at me at once as if you were part of my party when we handled all those things. So I'm like, who do you mean? Do you?
I think it was worth a try, at least. I just hope we made the right decision.
Right, wrong, it's all a matter of perspective.
A wrong choice here means that people die, Envoy.
True enough.
Perspective won't matter much to the dead. Had you left them to their own devices, who knows what we would have gained? A cure might sound far-fetched, but what if they found treatments for the Dream Scourge? And even other ailments?
I still don't know who you're talking about.
Our loss, I
Just saying.
suppose. Well, that's all I had to say. I'll let you get back to whatever you were doing.
Are you talking about the
Unless there's something
Adirans
else you want to chat
who were
about?
in the cave
How
with
can
like
I
the
help?
dream thralls in a cage? Is that what you were referring to? I have no idea. How do you cope with the stress of travel?
These sudden changes in climb always mess with my coiffure. Does Adir have good fur maintenance products? Do you have a contact for that?
I don't know, do I? I would have thought you had a full routine by this time in your life. I'm just gonna agree with her and say stuff that she wants to hear. That's basically how I've been operating with this character so far. So I'm gonna pick 2. Tell me about it, my hair refuses to cooperate with me now.
Now, imagine that every inch of you is frizzing up. Truly, just a good long brushing through all my fur alone would do wonders. I've got some time before we see Quilichi again, at least. It'll give me time to find something to remind him of what he's missing.
So you two are quite the unconventional couple.
In life, you make your own entertainment. I enjoy scandalizing the small-minded when I can. Quilichi and I got used to the stairs early on. Thankfully, at least in Fjord, those stopped eventually. After 30 years, it's hard to still be surprised by us just drinking at the Magpie.
When did Giada enter the picture?
Oh, she was still young. Quilichi offered to help her study for and prepare her thesis as a favor to her parents. She was over day and night for months, and, well, now she's family. We adore her. All things considered, it's hard to complain about my life in Fjord.
So that's it? Everything's just been perfect since then? Obviously not.
No, of course
Yeah.
not. No one is perfect, but I forgive him many vices. Like, he sleeps with his socks on.
Okay, that's a bit weird.
If that's the worst you can think of,
That's also true,
you made
yes,
that
Kai.
all right.
You're too sweet. As much as I enjoy our little chats, dearie, we should really get going.
I'm not
Oh,
done.
If you do end up finding any liniments, be sure to help a girl out.
Let's talk about that recurring dream you've been having.
Well, I suppose you've earned that much. And I do enjoy rewarding tenacity.
I like how we're having like a
Between
full
what is
conversation
enough,
with her,
it's a wonder
even though
anyone
she's
gets
only
any
just
sleep
joined
around
us.
here. You remember that I nearly burned my family home down when I was young.
You mean the conversation we just had about like 5 minutes ago? Yeah, of course I remember. It's hard to forget.
It was an accident. And I paid for it. My parents refused to buy me more spell books for years. Well, shortly after all that fuss, the dream began. It started at first with a fire. Just flames, crackling, and a feeling of safety. I thought it was a little weird, but nice. But then, the dream kept coming back, night after night. I learned more every time. I saw that it was a fire, in a hearth. And that hearth was in an old library.
Okay.
I assumed it was a library, at least, to explain why there were so many tablets lining the walls.
That sounds wonderful.
Ah, a woman after my own heart. In the library, there's just one person, but they're wearing a hood, so I never see their face. They do the same thing every night. They curl up in a chair by the fire, hold a tablet to their chest, and then the fear comes. The paralyzing, all-encompassing fear of...
Are you experiencing a past life, possibly?
something.
Because I know the wheel is a thing, right? Something. You don't have anything more specific?
Just the noise.
Noise.
A low, deep banging starts, and it rattles through your bones and shakes you to your core. And it replaces the beat of your heart with this droning on and on and on until you forget every other sound you've ever heard.
A beat. Steel feet on the shore. They come by night.
Okay, so Sapidol's responding.
As it just gets louder and louder, and
So
right
it is
before
probably
gets
like
there,
previous life related then.
I wake up.
You've been listening to too many of Giada's ghost stories.
And let me tell you, waking up in a cold sweat does nothing for my fur.
You don't know the sound source, I assume.
How sibilant. No. Just that it's all-encompassing. It's strange. I've not told many of the details of my dream. I suppose I must like you quite a bit, Envoy. Don't let it inflate your ego too much.
We only just
I
met.
suppose we should try and get some rest now. I'll have some tea ready for when we awaken later.
I'm not done with you. Where is she?
Hey, sorry about your parents, you know.
Who are you talking to?
It's very
Ah.
kind. Sometimes grief clings to you like a shadow. Sometimes you wonder where it went.
It's not easy, but you get used to it after a while.
You seem to know from experience.
Oh no, I mean not really. I've left people behind though, and it was...
Anytime you want to talk about it, let me know.
Right. Thank you.
Okay, let's continue our
You
conversation.
really must stop meeting like this. People will talk.
Right. What can you tell me about the Godless?
Careful what you wish for, darling.
Also, you didn't tell me much about the others, did you?
Godless, or the Ekidan, as they called themselves, were the original folks who lived in the living lands. They arrived on the shores of a new land and
Yeah,
settled
we know
there,
about that.
living with the land instead of trying to tame it.
The Akita were fleeing and a storm brought them here.
You sound certain.
I am certain.
Is this something Sapidal told you? Wait, they would have been there, wouldn't they?
Correct?
That means I was right. Well, was there ever any doubt? The Godless are so singular. Their art and architecture, you never see it in Rawatai or Ishamatal or, well, Adir. But in their artwork, they reference escaping, fleeing, seeking refuge. So they must have come from somewhere.
Fair enough.
My guess, they originally came from Yesua.
Who, what, when, where, why?
Yesua, a continent, cut off from the rest of the world, hidden by eternal storms, one of the 3 hubs of the Angwithan Empire. 10 years ago, you could say it wasn't real, that it was a dream, but they said the same of Ukaiso.
Ukaizo is the thing that was, like, basically Atlantis, right? Yeah, mythical island in the Deadfire Archipelago. Clearly, this is going to be from the, first or second Path of Exile games. Got it.
Suddenly, the appearance of a mythical land doesn't seem so implausible.
Sure enough. If this place was so great, why leave?
There was some kind of schism, an ideological one. From what I can glean, the Godless were staunchly against the gods, and hence their name. There are even some not so kind murals of the gods.
Okay.
It seems like the godless really took
The
their
established gods that we know of, or just like other gods of ancient past? But Sapodal is the god of the Ekidan.
You're right.
But they probably
But
started
no
worshipping
one knew
her
that until your
after
sister
they
told me
arrived,
about
right?
it.
Yeah.
Hence the name Godless. Now that we know that Sapodal exists, it changes everything we thought we knew about the Akita. I knew following you was a good idea. It might have shaken my research to its core, but that's what makes it fun. Well, I think we've covered everything, don't you? Rather, as much as I think you'll withstand.
Okay.
Hope you enjoyed talking about this as much as I did, dearie. How can I help, darling?
What can you tell me?
Careful what you wish. So, they are...
Yeah, we know. Okay, we're just having the same conversation we just had. Okay. The way she talks is like a grandma. So that's fascinating. Alright, that's enough.
Always a pleasure, envoy.
Yep. Always. What do you think of our new
It's nice
tag-along?
having some quality time with Yatsley again.
What did you think about Ringrim?
Oh, she was incredible. A self-employed researcher working to further her own interests. And
Of course
no
that would
one.
resonate with you. That makes
Not
sense.
that I'm overlooking her arrogance or her disdain for the lives
Yep,
of others.
that's the problem. That's what I noticed
inspires
too.
me is her persistence. More importantly, she confirmed my suspicion. The living land sits atop a closed system of Adra. If nothing else, it's good to find someone who believes in your work.
Do you feel better off about the future of animancy in the Living Lands?
It's a little early to say for certain, but maybe I haven't completely wasted my time.
Well, that's always good.
I've been thinking, a closed system might explain a few things. Imagine souls passing through Adra. They die here and they're reborn here, over and over. After so many lifetimes, the Adra grows dense, full of life and wisdom, fear and pain, with nowhere to go.
Ah, like a kettle boiling over.
A quaint but accurate simplification. Such an environment would be rich with essence, messy, but full of potential for something or someone to grow.
Do you think Sapodal is the lived experiences of everyone who ever died here? I always thought gods were refined and beautiful, not just spiritual runoff.
Don't be silly. Our divine pantheon includes a frozen cow, a burned old woman, and a cloud of eyeballs.
See, I wouldn't know about that.
Even the legitimate gods are a mess. Anyway, it's just a theory. Don't quote me on it.
Got it. I wanted to ask about you.
Go on then.
What do you think of our travel companions?
Anyone in particular? I warn you, I'm not the best judge of first impressions.
I just want to hear what you think about your good old buddy Yatsley.
Of course. She's brilliant, open to anything, and sees the world as she wants it to be. Yatsley gave me my first glass of wine, and the courage to approach a special someone.
Oh yeah? How'd
I
that
have
go?
a lot of catching up to do.
Did she know your parents? Wait a second, who was this special someone?
No one to get jealous over.
I'm not getting
To call it
jealous.
a relationship would be an insult to the word. But it was fun while it lasted. Animancy is the study of life. Unfortunately, we get so busy that we forget to live. So a little roll in the hay is good for the soul. Yatsley taught me
If you say
that.
so.
Well, not the part about rolling in the hay. That was my idea, and I don't recommend it.
Did she know your parents?
Indeed, old friends. When they died, Yatsley protected me. Made sure I had one consistent person in my life. I think that's why she gave me that glass of wine. Why she encouraged me to live my life to the fullest. She was making sure I hit all the milestones I could have missed. Now that she's traveling with us, maybe she can teach you a thing or two.
Maybe.
I think that covers everyone. And if my good opinion changes, you'll be the first to hear about it.
Noted, thank you. And now,
I've done some reading.
I will annoy you.
I need to go hunting. I hope you like roasted snake. Right.
It sounds very bony. Okay, you have no dialogue about the other party members. There you go. I'd love to get your thoughts on our companions.
Let's make sure they're not listening. The only one we haven't talked about is Yatsley.
You're right.
I don't trust her any further than I could throw her, which honestly isn't that far.
Okay, fair
She
enough.
actually goes down into these ruins on purpose, just to see what's down there, I guess? And now she's trying to lead us to the garden. Might as well be searching for WoW's wacky wagon of mysteries. I'm sure she knows what she's doing, but what if she doesn't?
Okay, sure. You're just really distrustful. Got
If I
it.
must.
And Kai, you blend into the...
Must have some good stories, right?
And, what kind of story are you looking for, Yardsley?
Oh, come on. You don't go to the dead fire and come back with nothing. You are far too interesting to be lacking in stories.
Okay. There's an establishment in Ekataka called the Wild Mare.
What's a name?
I went with some buddies, and after a few drinks, we found ourselves on stage belting sea shanties. We were good enough that we got half the bar to and a few of the newcomers were part of the entertainment.
Okay.
We didn't
Where's the
see
story
any
going?
So, it was a good night for everyone.
Oh, how daring. Oh, well, Kai, that should satiate me. For the time being, of course.
Alright, well,
Anytime.
that wasn't that interesting a story, but okay.
Look at those stars. They always seem brighter out here.
I've got questions. No, I want to hear your opinions on other people.
Bedroll before you. How are you holding up? I can't seem to get any sleep.
Okay,
Yeah,
questions?
I've got in.
I feel like we've really gotten to know each other, haven't we?
Yeah, it happens. Sharing the road and sharing each other's battles. But out of all the people I've fought alongside, I haven't gotten to know many of them as well as you. You always know what to do. It's like you've got an internal compass guiding you. Not many people have such a clear sense of direction, especially in situations as complicated as these.
Alright, well,
I
thanks,
never
Kai.
thought I'd feel this at ease again with anyone else, much less myself. But you helped me face loss, regret. After drifting for a long time, I finally feel like I belong again.
Well, that's good. I've come to really care about you. Should I go for it? Initiate the romance, even though I just said I have a sweetheart back home? Probably not. This is extremely out of character for me, but let's roll with it. Alright, Garrus, let's go.
Thanks. I feel the same.
Okay, number 2. This is probably going to go extremely poorly. I'm not even reading that out loud because it's a little awkward for me.
You... Oh. Wow.
It's kind of
I
funny
think-
that he's the only one,
More than
as far as I can tell. I understand if you don't feel the same way.
No, it's not that. Sorry, you just caught me off guard. For the longest, I never thought I'd be able to feel close to someone again after Tama. But don't get me wrong, I've been with plenty of other people since then. It's just never been more than a quick bit of fun. I'm sorry, I'm not very good at this. I'm staring into the rocks, aren't I?
Sure. It's okay. Take your time.
What I'm trying to say is, I didn't think I'd be able to feel this again. But you've seen me at my worst. I've told you things I never admitted to anyone else, even Tama.
Really? Okay, just listen.
And if you want to be with me after everything you've seen, and if you still feel that way once we've finished our journey...
It's purely because you're
I want that too.
Garrus, okay? You have his voice actor, that's all it is. Alright, well, I'd like to get your thoughts on the other companions.
You're asking me? I'm not much of a gossip. Okay, who do you want to know about?
Tell me about Yardsley.
You know, just when I was thinking our little group was getting too solemn and serious, we met her. I'm not so sure about the new friend she's making. Ringram's a dangerous maniac, and I don't like the influence she has over Yardsley.
I quite agree, actually.
But she keeps things interesting and keeps us on our toes. What's more, she's a good friend to Giada. Giada's a good influence on her.
Oh, is that all? Because I thought you two were flirting earlier. Was that true? I don't remember. I'm gonna say that anyway.
I'm pretty sure
That's true, she
Yardsley
does.
flirts with everybody. I don't read anything into it. Don't get me wrong, she's a striking woman. But she and Quilici have a good thing.
Yes, indeed.
I'd never get in the middle of something like that.
She sees things differently. She studies both lost history and magic of incredible power.
Yeah, and both of those subjects fly way over my head. I prefer dealing with things I can see and make sense of. I just hope she keeps some part of herself grounded with the rest of us. She's brilliant, but I worry that the real-world consequences of the forces she plays with are academic to her. Maybe I shouldn't.
Okay, well, let's talk about something else. Absolutely nothing. Goodbye. Well, that was interesting direction that the conversation went for our characters. Yeah, basically I'm just rolling for the romance option because it's Garrus' voice actor, and my character happens to be a lady.
Did the
So
godless believe anything about the stars? Any stories about the night sky?
There's an Ekidan. All stars are actually bonfires far in the distance, giving you a peek into the lives of others you'd otherwise never meet.
I was told the ancient kings are looking down at us from up there.
There's a lot about the physical world we still don't understand.
Mufasa?
And I always wonder how much we've forgotten. Falling stars, for example, are rich with soul essence. I still don't know why.
Interesting.
Is it going to be another thing about like in the Elder
Maybe I should
Scrolls,
keep it to myself.
where like, oh, you know, the celestial body you see above us is actually a dead god, you know, that type of thing?
Forbidden lore is a good way to attract the wrong sort of attention. The hand occult, for instance.
Oh, the suspense is killing me deeply.
Let's discuss it in private, when no one else is listening.
Okay, fine, be that way.
You two are incredibly loud when you're gossiping.
This isn't gossip. It's academic discourse.
Either way, it's loud.
True enough.
Ignore them, children. We're going to be as loud as we like.
Alright, you guys do you. Let's finally get a move on and get back over to the actual story quest. It's only been like 40 some odd minutes of conversations, but off we go. Okay, well, I didn't get to choose my party, did I?
Such a barrier. It's remarkable.
Can I switch out my party? Why did I not get the option to choose my party? Am I confused? I guess, you know what? Whatever. Let's just roll with this. I might get my butt kicked again, but it's fine. Okay. Maybe it's not fine. I'll just change my party then. There we go. So, say goodbye to Giada for now, and we're just going to roll with Kai. And then once we load in, we'll be relatively set up for success, so we can actually go and deal with those enemies down there. Obviously, changing the party isn't going to help me survive, you know, a dead drop fall like that. But it's fine, it's fine. We'll make things happen. How did I not get this when I was last here? Thank you. And I guess I'm going to have to figure out how to get down there without falling to my death. Yeah, not super ideal. I guess we can go down through here. We can probably climb up this as well. No? Oh, wait, no, I can totally climb that. Alright. Why are we here? I'm not sure. But I'll climb around if the game lets me. The game does not want to let me, fine. Alrighty then. Time to barrier up, and
Just a minute.
drop a fireball. That did no damage. You are not nearly as powerful as I hoped, Yatsli. Okay. Nice. Is that an archer back there? Or no, it's it's something else. Nope. Okay, how about you taunt that guy? Whoa, hey. Okay, wonderful. I'll let my tank handle you. How about you debuff him? Ow. How'd you hit me? Okay, well that's half my health gone. Yeah, half my health gone from a single swipe of that dagger. Always, always good. You seem dangerous. And of course he turned around. Oh, of course he did. No, no, no. Holy crap. Ow. Okay, only dying. It's fine. I'm falling to my death. Okay. Let's barrier up. And get a wand or a staff. Nope. Interesting. I will now run over at you. Pop you over. Thank you. Good night. Ow. Go to bed. Thank you. Who else? Just drop a fireball on that man. Okay. I need you to taunt that guy. Kai. Or, I mean, I guess that's good enough. Yep. The magic was good enough to overpower him. It's okay. Thank you for the essence potion. What else is there? Nothing too fancy. We're good. Can I switch out the skill tree, please? Because I would rather have this on my quick bar. So I can bind the abilities again. So 2 and 3, thank you. And then I'll just tell her to cast her usual spells accordingly, basically. Yeah, I'll just command her manually versus having it on a quick bar. And what's that? A Dream Thrall Fighter. Okay. This area is a lot larger than I was expecting as well, actually. Quite a lot larger, in fact. Oh crap, what? Oh, that went well. We're back to where we were. I'm going to do a little quick save now, so I don't run into that same problem again. I could technically just dash straight across, I think. But I'm sure there's more I'll be able to find. So let's just head down here. Very curious to know if I can actually go into that lower section too, now that I look at it. I think what ended up happening is I ended up running into like this rock here and I slid right off. I nearly just had that happen to me again, so at least I was watching out for it this time, so there's that going for me. But yeah, this area is quite large.
Ready?
Yeah. Thank you for all that fun stuff. I guess you won't need it anymore. I am now overburdened, of course. We'll throw away some of these things. They're not strictly necessary. Okay, and then I can climb this, certainly. Who can see me from all the way over there, huh? It's definitely a distance. Or can you even hit me from there? It seems incredibly unwise of... Ow, okay, well, they can definitely hit me from there. Holy crap. Okay. That's pretty nutty. At least I can hit you? Question mark? I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, whatever. Let's just keep climbing, please. Thank you. More enemies. You know, I think I made a mistake coming here. Just a small mistake. Yeah. Mild mistakes and errors were made. We have now flagged all the enemies in the area, so that's always good. Where are you going? Get over here. Okay, wonderful. We're flagging all of those enemies up top as well. We're not overwhelmed, clearly. Go to bed. Okay. A random golden gecko, more or less. Okay. Anyone else coming by? I mean, you're pretty poisoned over there. Ow, you're actively dying to poison, so it could be worse. Shield up. I don't even know where Yatsley is in all this. Okay. If they just die to poison, I'm not going to complain, by the way. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. You know what? Bounce off. Oh, okay. Didn't quite bounce off quite as far as I hoped. Where is Yatsley? No idea. I'm just going to have to accept that she's gone. Is someone throwing stuff at us? I can hear, like, breaking glass. On my right. Where? Who did you even oh, okay. I was gonna ask, like, who did you even just shoot at? Just the wires. Just the thorns you were looking at, so it's fine. Okay, we're only very lost. It's okay. Let's not trigger all those folks. They're resetting over there, which is good. What exactly am I getting into over here? No idea. No idea whatsoever. Okay, random lizards. That's fine.
I'm not sure about that.
Oh, they're boomers. So they're the exploding ones, yes? Ow. Yes, I do. You're absolutely right. Thank you. Anyone else still chasing me down? Whoa, hey, no rocks, please. I can almost heal us. Almost, being the operative term. How about you slow him? Nope. Get down. Get down. Thank you. You basically had no chance there. And I'll just get my essence back. Thank you. And that'll go. That'll work. Unfortunately, I'm basically going to be permanently out of essence at this point, but that's fine. I do have a bunch of essence potions, so I may as well use them. What's with all the dead bodies out here, huh? Seems like a trap. Apparently it was not a trap. Okay, sure. Give me that and this. Thank you very much. Don't think I'll be able to get anything from up top. This kind of implies that there should be a spider boss around here somewhere, but I'm not actually seeing one, so that's fine. That's okay with me. Drink up. And I will replenish. I just had to dash off by accident, didn't I? That was incredibly dangerous. Let's try that again without potentially falling to my death. And now we're back over on this side, yes? Where we totally visited before. Yeah, I think this is where we came down from. Right? Question mark? Pretty sure it is. Oh yeah, it totally is. Okay, that's good. So at least we've kind of resituated ourselves. We don't need to worry about that section anymore. We went down and around. These are the enemies that we accidentally flagged earlier, so we just sneak through in the bushes. That's fine. Kind of want to go for the fighter, but realistically, I think the swarmer is a bigger problem. Thing is, though, this guy's gonna turn around and see me, so nice. Okay. Ow. Smack. Thank you. Nice. Heal up. I can probably bump that guy off. Good night. And then I'll potentially get loot off of him. Yes, perfect. Always like it when they give me the free... Okay, how did all of those people get flagged? When they gave me the free loot after knocking them off a cliff. Way better than making me lose... What the heck is that thing? Is that an elephant? Is that an old Ekidan thing? Like, what is that? What am I looking at? What is this thing? Oh, we've seen one of those before, haven't we? Like the weird, like, mechanical soldier thingies. Okay. Can I climb up there? I cannot. Alright, you know what? Everyone just follow me. Hopefully they'll de-aggro. Because we are very lost around here. Do we know what's going on down there? Oh, just people we killed earlier. Okay, that's fine then. Thank you. And now we are getting close to our quest target. According to the map, at least. Anything else around here? Is that a smoke signal? Probably not. I think that's off to the distance, actually, on the other side, yeah. Okay.
So many dream thralls. You think something's drawing them here?
Probably. Which dream thralls are you seeing? Those ones down there or the ones up top? Well, I'm gonna have to explore both eventually anyway, so... Well, let's not go down there. But I'm nosy, I want to see what's over here. Hello? Okay. How many of them are there? Quite a lot. Con him, please. Okay, he's an exploder, that's fine. Whoa! Didn't see you there, spider. And we'll get a stick. And then we should be all set. Welcome to the party, team. All of you just coming down. Thank you for volunteering. You want to do an essence explosion, please? Thank you. Nope. Nice. I'm not really alright, but let's pretend I am. Am I slowed by something right now? Okay. Someone else is jumping down. Welcome to the party, Mr. Priest. Thank you for jumping down like an idiot and feeding yourself to me. Okay, bye. Who else wants to jump down here one at a time and make my life easier? Hey, I'm totally down here. You should come down. You should come down here, please. Okay, fine. Stay up there. I don't care. Anything else I can grab before we move on? I would like to pick up some of these bodies. Thank you. Another one of those. Interesting. I say another one as if we weren't already down here earlier. Did I really just run up and around and then jump back down like an idiot? Well, I did, but I didn't expect to see enemies in this place that we already cleared. That's what the problem was. Yeah. I was literally just there, and there were no enemies there earlier. Okay.
We'll get them next time, dear.
Sure. You can't blame me for being a little confused by that one, I think. I think I can get that, a little bit of slack for that. Okay. So now there's just a random enemy up top. The singular enemy up top. The one that Yahtzee's already fighting. Alright, I just did 1500 damage, so we're clear. Thank you. Can I grab that, please? Yes, thank you. I'll always like more grenades. Okay, there's another enemy over here somewhere. Hi, just hiding in the bushes, huh? The singular swarmer. Sure. Bye. You'll die to poison eventually, right? Okay, that wasn't even challenging. Just happened to be there, I guess. And I'll grab this plant. Anything else around here? Any secrets? Chests? I mean, this looks like a secret place.
Think those are keeping us out or something in?
That's a very good question. Are we gonna fight these things at some point? Whatever they are, this like strangely organic cyborg thingy with like chain sides and stuff. Okay, well clearly we can't access it at the moment. It may be our escape route, actually. This might be our exit from this dungeon. Okay. Cool. How about this other section? Can I actually get there without going through this? Well, it looks like there are more enemies up ahead, so I probably can't actually get through this right now anyway. No, I totally can. We'll deal with that after we take out these enemies. Salutations! You're right, I am in fact a trespasser. Okay. Nope. And now you get to eat the full brunt of all of our magic and debuffs. Hilarious. Okay, well then. An exceptional greatsword, thank you very much. There may be a plant down here. Am I risking it all for a plant? I am indeed. I could have sworn I heard a chest. Or treasure. Oh, there it is. Fantastic. I don't think I can climb any higher than this at the moment, so I'm just gonna have to go over there and deal with the barrier. Yeah, this stuff is kind of freaky looking. I don't know. I have to assume at some point I'm gonna have to fight them, right? There's no way they're teasing us with all this and then we'll never get to interact with one.
I've dreamt of exploring Nagukubel for years. To find out what happened to the godless who built this and why they vanished.
No time to waste. We have to find the way to the garden. I don't like how many dream thralls are around.
Raingrim did say the ruins were drawing the dream thralls.
There must have been a battle here long ago. See those metal corpses? We saw them around Naku Tedek, too.
We did indeed, you're right.
These are magfolk.
The what now?
They're often found in many godless ruins, but they are definitely not godless.
Magfolk are giants and servants of the gods, created to fulfill some divine need. Their appearance, intelligence, and mission vary based on the whims of their creator. Some exist to kill, some to defend, and others have a purpose not yet brought to light. Okay, so maybe the gods did end up trying to invade this area, and they used the Magfolk to do it. Oops. Okay. Arcane Scholar. Is there no academic consensus regarding their origin?
No one knows where the magfolk came from. Only that they seem to be in constant conflict with the godless. Godless ruins are filled with magfolk remains, but no records of them exist in Ekidan lore. I don't think the godless did well against the magfolk.
Still, I wonder why they fell.
Now, my next question is, are magfolk a thing from Path of Exile?
Something else.
Path of Exile. From Pillars of Eternity? Or is it are they only found in this region? Right? That's the question I have.
Wait, did the voice in your head just talk? What did it say?
It feels like thousands died here, and badly.
Perhaps more. It's impossible to know the true count. Anything of historic importance is often blood-soaked. Are you ready? We're entering one of their holiest places. Who knows what we'll find?
Who knows indeed?
Okay. Got my wand, got my grimoire. Let's go already.
Let's do it. I noticed Kai didn't have that much to say about it, but it's fine. How do I get in, though? Save successful. Great. Oh, you're doing your thing.
Yahtzee Center element already.
Whoa, okay, that happened. Well, we're in the clear. It's very Dream Thrall-y, yes.
They loved, and we loved in return.
Yeah, this is very Dream Scourgy. Got it. Makes sense. Travel to Nakakubel. That explains all the Dream Thralls hanging around outside. Okay.
We remember. They loved.
Yes, you already said that.
Loved in return.
You definitely already said that. And we're noticed. Okay, that's great. Okay. This is fine. I mean, it's not like they have a ton of health, so it's not a problem, realistically. Okay, we're just gonna make our way through. Anything in there? Apparently not. Fine. I presume we're gonna run into some sort of boss fight as well, since this place is, of course, Dream Thrall infected, and heavily so, mind you. Get him! Nice. Thank you. That's an illusion waiting to be dispelled. I need to get you as well, sir. Thank you. Okay, you just spawned in a bunch of dudes. Okay, that's fine. Ow! Okay, I tried to actually deflect that. It really didn't work out. Okay. Okay, I don't know where the enemies are. Good night. And you might as well blast that from afar. And it's dead. Wonderful. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Kind of wish, you know, the ambush wasn't triggered just by sneaking up on someone, but it's okay. Lovely. That's all I got, huh? Some potions and stuff? Got it. Alright, very cinematic, but nothing too fancy here. Next zone, please and thank you. Salutations! Oh, there's another giant Audra.
What else might be here?
That's a good question. No idea. Some godless statuary, so that's fun.
The heart of the Ekidan beats. Our veins stir. You are close. Seek the ancient kith who dwell here. They will show you the way.
What do you mean by ancient kith? Are they alive? Are these descendants? Or are we talking, hey, follow the trail of corpses, right? I feel like the state of these people might be quite important. Oh, okay, well, we're definitely going through there. Nice art, by the way.
How did you...
Oh, there's a spirit. Okay. So they're definitely not still alive. Got it. I would like to explore more of this area, but it kind of feels like everything is overgrown for now. I assume more of these doors will open as we explore further. So we're probably going to go through like, oh, this is a trial, and then we come back out. Oh, now you can go into this area and that area, etc., etc. Okay.
An intruder comes.
Oh, hey, you look like me.
You don't belong here. Why have you come? What business do you have in this place? Tell me, before I strike you down.
Intellect. Only a godlike of Sapadol may enter this place. You must have been one, just as I am now.
The gardener grows and grows and grows their reach still, I see.
The gardener. That must be how the ancient Ekidans referred to their god, to Sapidal.
I am Numena, Tebaro Senakis, and guardian of the Ekida and the living lands.
Were you one of my past lives too? I have no clue. The Tabaru Sanakis were ancient guardians of the living lands, born as godlikes and imbued with a special purpose from their creator.
They came swarming, relentless, these juggernauts. So many.
Interesting armor, that's very cool.
The stars.
Why can't I have armor like
They
that?
brought death to our temples. They brought doom to our kin. And the sky held no sun as our children screamed.
Okay, well that's horrifying.
Oh, I know this. You speak of the Magfolk.
Obviously.
Yes, Story Seeker. Their corpses remain, as do our memories of what they did to us.
Why did they kill your people?
We would have offered them everything, just to save some piece of us. But they did not speak. The Deathbringers were only there for the slaughter.
I guess now we have to figure out why they came. Who sent them?
Were broken. Anything that was of Ekida, they destroyed.
That's why there are no records. No histories.
Okay, but why? What happened?
We fought so hard, but we fell too. Then they trapped our gardener.
Trapped. A sepulchre of endless night. Bones beneath roots. Stop this.
Perception. You've been hiding what you know about the Magfolk from me. Why?
The memory.
Oh, you mean to Sepidal. Okay.
Wounds. The light. It blinded us. Why were we so afraid?
The gardener quickens. This hastens our fears.
I know Sapidal was afraid of the Magfolk too.
The gardener was afraid, yes. They were terrified. That was all they saw. Death hungers and cannot be sated. That which killed the Ekida wants more slaughter still. So our gardener calls then, begging one more time to be set free.
Okay.
We wait. They know. They understand. Why do they hinder you?
When the gardener calls, there is no turning.
Okay, so I was right. It is all trials. Once I clear this room, they're going to open up the other rooms. Got it.
Of trials. Survive these trials, and you will know the way to the garden.
Sure, why not?
First is a trial of strength. Demonstrate your might against our ancient dead, and earn the right to face the second.
Sounds good. I saw Kishamel's memory. Your people tested her too.
You saw? Yes, she was tested. She was trained to build and lead. But she fell, as did all the cities of my people when the Magfolk came. Go now.
It was nice to at least have that incidental dialogue. Okay, cool. So, who is that supposed to represent? Presumably Sapidal.
We just spoke to an ancient Ekidan.
True. Yes, we did. And we can move on now. Alright, fight a bunch of undead is what I was told, more or less. Yep, hello. Scourge, skeleton, monks. Uh-huh. How many are we dealing with? Nope. Nope. Do I? Holy crap. Okay, well the good news is at least Kai has their attention, so. Okay. Ow. Who else just spawned in? A skeleton ranger, fine. Ow. Mild pain. I would like you to taunt them, please. Thank you. Ow, getting smacked. Who is smacking me? A skeleton monk, sure. Seems like there's a priest around, huh? There's definitely a priest around. Where is said priest? There he is. Get out of here. Okay. I think I just got... I got target swapped all of a sudden. Okay. That was kind of painful. Yeah, I do need to heal. You're right. Okay. Kill the monk. Fantastic. So I can hopefully focus on the healer. I don't know where the healer is, so I'm just going to kill this guy while I'm here. Can you stop coming after me, sir? Good night. I like how we basically just brute forced the enemies through the priest. Because the priest was distracted or something, I don't know. Nice. Okay, I smell more people spawning in. I can definitely sense that happening. Okay, there's a big dude. No. I need to back off because I want to go after the ranger who's very far away. Okay, wonderful. How about you taunt that guy? Thank you. You've been slowed, and then there's a big barbarian man. Okay, that kind of sucked, but it's fine. Fare thee well. And now we are basically clear. Wonderful. So the usual 1v3. And now I just get all of my essence back by beating this man from behind. Very good. Well, that was easy.
They really didn't need to go through all this trouble just for us.
Imagine if I did this without a tank. Yeah, I think swapping out Giada for Kai was the right choice. So we'll just loot all the bodies. I don't know. Do I have to pick something up, or am I just moving on? I swear there's a plant here. Maybe it's in another room or something. Alright. Open sesame. Ooh, very pretty place.
That ghost called you a Tebaru Sanakis.
Did she? I don't think she did.
Called their godlike.
Idyllic mural.
This mural looks idyllic, doesn't it? Sabadal is helping the Ekidans grow and flourish. They seem happy.
Okay, that's all you had to say about the matter, huh? Sure, I'm going to jump down here because there's probably treasure or something in the water. There usually is. Thank you. Anything else around here? Hello? No? Okay, fine. It's a beautiful spot. Oh, hello. What have we here? I'll unlock it. Was that worth it? Probably not. It looks like it's just the way back out. I could have just jumped up there. Oh well. It is what it is. We just went through it, so... Unless it gives me an ambush spot. A better way to approach the upcoming fight. Looks like it did give me that. That's good.
Right behind you.
So we'll definitely save here. Where does this drop us down to? Okay, well, I can definitely pick this stuff up back here. I am now over encumbered. Honestly, I don't use guns anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And I can throw away a bunch of these other weapons I don't care about. Okay, give me the purple stuff. What have you got? Okay, not the most exciting things. Some random upgrades. Let's prep with the electric lily seeds. Yeah, so then I can throw that into the water. Hiya! Okay, stuff spawning in. I cast purple. Oh, of course, there's a... Oh, hi, you just chased me all the way down, huh? Okay, that's fine. And I'm down. Not good. That was a lot of damage. I have no idea how that went. But the priest joined me up top, so that's foolish of it. I can brute force through your healing, priest. Sorta. Okay. Thank you for grabbing him. Get this guy. Explosion on the lava blight. Ow. Okay. Throw magic at it. Nice. And then it exploded. Okay. But at least it didn't split into smaller pieces, so there's that going for us. Is that all we've got now? Just this one guy? Oh, and then there's another fighter. That's fine. Okay. As long as no priest spawns in, we'll be okay. Ow! That was a hell of a jab. I actually don't want to get stabbed by you again. Go down. Thank you. What else do we have? Random monk, that's fine. I healed back most of my health anyway. I don't know what's down there, and I don't want to know right now. Great. Okay, what am I looking at? A shadow summon. Okay, ow. What about the real one? I'll eat some food while we're here. I'll even eat 2 pieces of food. A shadow summon. But where's the person who summoned the shadow summon? No idea. But I guess we can just kill it. It's not an issue. Easy enough. Alright.
Nothing like a win with a good team.
Yes, you're right. Absolutely. We've got a decent team at the moment. We've got a good thing going for us. Ekidan documents. A tablet covered in glyphs and symbols lost to time. Though the words themselves are indecipherable to the average reader, it's clearly written in a very careful hand and looks official. It would be worth asking Yatsley to read the tablet for more details. Why do you have to say that from so far away?
So it's Sabadell's fault you got lost earlier.
What do you mean I got lost earlier? Are you going to actually read this or what? I'm going to assume you're going to read it later. Unless I have to get you close for you to interact with it. No? Alright. Well, we're just going to move on then. I trust you will decipher it off camera and then talk to me about it at camp. Isn't this literally where we just came from? Or am I lost? Am I confused? I am...
Nice of them to give us a little break,
okay, good.
isn't it?
I was a little confused. Of course they're not done. Clearly they're not done. But I will look for any loot possible. Okay, this seems like it's going to do the same thing for me, which is just give me a nice vantage point. Not going to complain about getting a vantage point. Button, please. Alright, so now we're behind the enemies, which is helpful. So there's a skeleton ranger, a big skeleton barbarian. I might as well land a heavy hit on it. A heavy crit. Beautiful. We gotta knock that down, get some fire on there. Ow. Oh, I burned to death. I guess that'll happen from time to time. Who else is there? Where's that healer? That's a ruinous owl. Okay, this room I'm going to have to approach a bit more carefully, I think. So, we'll have a bit of porridge. We'll prep ourselves. I'll sneak up directly behind, land a heavy hit, and then knock that down again. And then I think I'll barrier up so that I don't get surrounded. We'll cast the magic spell for some AoE. Ow, I'm in trouble here, actually. He's up my butt. You know what? I'll spear you. And he's frozen. That's helpful. Wonderful. Let's move a bit. Get the high ground. Wonderful. We'll swap out and pop in. Okay. That archer needs to get some magic. And you need to activate your passive. Okay, just parried an arrow, more or less, which is fine. Okay. Hi, you're a big guy. Kind of intimidating, actually. I feel like there are a lot of enemies that just spawn in from the walls beside me. Yep, that is very true indeed. I'm getting smacked now, which is bad. I think I should heal up. Okay. I think I should throw some nades, actually. Yeah, that'll work. As long as a healer doesn't spawn in, I think I'll be fine. Ow. I'm not alright, actually. I'll drink up. I'll have to drink up. Uh-oh, I see a mage up there. Skeleton wizard. Get out of here. Okay. Do we have anything else that we can cast at you? I think I'm good where I am right now because they have to tunnel in. There's a healer. There's a healer. Get it down. Spirit. Okay, I hope that went well. Grab some essence. Who else is chasing me down right now? Apparently no one. That's good. There's another priest. That's bad. Go down, please. Thank you. Are we clear? Just the one? Just the big blight? We can live with that. Where'd it go? Holy cow, did we just do no damage to it? Okay. You are pretty nutty. Holy crap. But it's the traditional 1v3 now, so we're fine. Bump. In fact, I might even start building up towards rebuilding my essence with you. I guess that's not necessary. You're done. You're done here. Okay. Well, whoa, hey, hey, hey. I forgot. So this is the type that splits. Okay. Go down, please. Are you still up? Holy crap. Okay. Who else is there? Bump it. In fact, I will spawn in a stick. The sticks do more flat damage anyway, so it's fine. I don't need the AoE aspect. Good night. Perfect. That went well enough, I suppose.
That's one for us.
Yes, it is. Thank you very much, Kai, for your contribution there. What other body is there? Thank you. I think that's pretty much it for this room, right? Yeah, so I am now headed in this general direction.
So much for the first trial. On to the second.
Okay, good. It is giving me the essence potion. I was like, there's no way you're not gonna let me pick that up, right? You're not gonna be mean to me like that. Surely. Star of Unbeing. Well, that's a unique weapon that I won't be using, but thank you. It does less damage, power attacks deal high accumulation, successful special attack casts Pull of Aora. I assume that's like a suck-in, like an AoE suck or something. Presumably. Okay. Which one is open now? Over there. Okay. What's behind door number 2? We're gonna have to go through at least 3 trials, right?
Another stranger.
Salutations. Hanusas.
You have the gardener's markings, but you are not one of us.
Very true.
You did not fall with us.
Also true.
Why have you come here? Tell me your mind. Tell me what rides in it.
I need to find a way to the garden. Yep.
The Magfolk sought the gardener too, and our gardener did not want to be found. Our gardener knew what the Magfolk would do, and they broke the world to keep themselves safe. The waters boiled, the land opened, the rivers rose, and we drowned.
Yeah, that sucks. So that's what happened. Ah, so that's how it occurred.
We died with them. How could... did we do this?
You don't have to listen if this brings up bad memories. Wait, so you killed the Ekidan when you fought the Magfolk? That makes sense. I mean, you did tell me, oh, the land split and all that, but you didn't tell me the details. So that's why.
We bleed, they bleed, the Magfolk strike. How could we pierce the vein? We cannot, we writhe. Why must we feel this again?
There were so few of us left when the Magfolk were at our doors.
It wasn't the first time, and Hekala built Nakutetek after one of Sepidol's outbursts. Yeah, it's true, it wasn't the first time.
How could you know of this? Yes, their ways are strange and volatile, and you will need to show wisdom to navigate them. Their ways are not the ways of people. You want a path to the garden? Pass this trial of the mind. Show me how clever you are. We will know the breadth of your wisdom before we let you learn what our gardener truly is.
Okay. Complete the trial of wisdom.
Huh? Afraid this one's all on you two.
Thanks, Kai.
A trial of the mind. I wonder if there's a clever trick.
I'm sure there will be. So basically, I'm thinking to myself, I have to look up. Right? Oh, okay, that's poisonous. Look, I didn't know that was going to be painful. I could just use that, but I don't even care. I don't need that. Yeah, no, I was going to say, I need to look up because usually they're going to hide something up there. There might be like a shortcut or something. But no, that was not the case. Oh, a different load zone? That's unexpected. What are we dealing with? Are you? Okay, we're just on the outside. How is this wisdom? I don't see how this is considered to be wisdom, but sure, why not? Salutations, thank you for the stuff. We'll just go up and over then. This skips a whole bunch of the trial. Okay, nothing stopping me just from dashing through. I took minor damage, doesn't even matter. That seems like something you can literally just brute force through. Not much of wisdom when you can just use brawn, right? Yeah, instead of brains, you can use brawn. Okay, definitely going up and around using the trees.
Ghosts aren't very helpful, are they?
Clearly not.
Maybe you just gotta soften them up a little. Lay on the charm.
Perhaps they're just unused to visitors. Surely they'll warm up to us eventually.
Surely. I have faith. Ow. Okay, that was a little ow. Okay. How many more are you going to throw down at me, huh? That was incredibly rude. Boop. Did that do what I needed it to? Did it actually, like, stop the traps, or... Nope, it did not, but it's fine. We can rush through.
Right?
I'm sure there will be more. Okay. Smash my way down there, apparently. What are we doing down here now? Question mark? No idea. I'm only a little lost. Oh, thank you for the treasure, I guess. Wonderful. Is this like a back door into the way out, or what?
Well, this is unfair.
Okay, I'm gonna pull the lever, Kronk.
That should make things easier.
All right, where are we going though? Ow, ow. Okay, that's fine. Button. Okay, we're just traveling back inside now. Was it just me, or was that like way too easy? Huh. I mean, I am poisoned, so I'll snack on a springberry, but outside of that, okay, where are my springberries? There they are. Perfect. And then I'll even have another sausage. Okay. Next, is that clear? Is that it?
The Ekidans are being less welcome than I'd hoped.
Yeah, I guess that was it.
Visitors with mag folk. I can see why.
Do I have another unique item here? Yes.
Still, this feels hostile.
Yes,
Make no
indeed.
mistake. I'm sure it's hostile.
A unique shield that I won't be using. Thank you very much. Namana's Ward. Successful parry grants you temporary health. Ooh, 5% damage reduction against spirits. Harvesters of Gone are sometimes known for using lanterns with cores of Adra to reap the souls of the fallen. Namana believed that there were more effective ways to do this. To accomplish this, she embedded 4 chunks of Adra into her shield and personally blessed it, using some of her very soul as a battery to do so. The result was something that not only had the capacity to reap souls of the dead, for those that knew how, but also a way to keep herself safe from the angry spirits of the fallen that would invariably lurk around the battlefield she frequented for the harvest. Sure. I also picked up that other weapon, right? The Star of Unbeing. This crude, almost organic mace gives the appearance that it was sculpted rather than forged. A rancid smell emanates from the thing, indicative of the strange toxic properties of whatever metal this weapon was crafted out of. Based on the appearance of this weapon, it should be much heavier for its size than it is, but it is shockingly light. This mace, much like the story behind the creation, is an utter mystery. Interesting, alright. Cool. Let's observe this mural and see if there's any... Yep.
Judging by this mural, the relationship the Ekidan had with her god was complicated. Perhaps Sapidal was a little moody?
Yeah.
It almost makes me feel nervous.
So Sapidal gave them both prosperity and famine, I guess, and disasters and stuff. I mean, it is a god of nature, more or less, right? I guess it makes sense. And now, that was incredibly straightforward. Where are we going next? Ah, alright. Who am I talking to now?
But you are an outlander.
Sure I am. That looks like Sapidal destroying the cities again. So that's not great, is it?
Somehow you've proven to have strength and wit.
What do you mean, somehow?
We now see what you represent. We know the truth of you. We cannot risk you causing another calamity.
The people of Namana's time thought they knew what was best for Sapidal too. What makes you sure you know any better?
You know of this. Nimana's brethren were mistaken. But we would know what's best for our gardener. We understand what they are. No more words. You have not earned the right. Finish your last trial.
What are you testing this time?
You come as a supplicant.
Okay.
You do not have the privilege of questions. Go.
Sure. That was rude. Complete the third and final trial.
End of all these trials. Can't imagine it's... Of course these trials require a leap.
You say that, but... Oh, of course. Okay, fine. That's okay. I can deal with that. Down we go. Into the water. That's okay. Thank you. Dead person down here who failed at the first step. Well, I guess he technically failed at the third step. At least he got through 2 trials. In theory. Give me that as well. Thank you very much. I do prefer when the trials do not require combat. Because then it at least makes you use your brain a little bit more. Do I? I think I just skipped ahead, actually. I mean, I can still come and talk to you, if you like. Let's just get rid of some of this stuff. Yeah, I know I bear the mark. Oh, okay, I didn't actually skip ahead, I just found loot. That's fine, I like loot. Loot is just as good for me. Thank you very much. Let me go and talk to you then. Okay, never mind. You have now vanished.
The gardener has grown roots into the Outlander.
What do you truly seek with our God?
Whoa, hey now. The heck? Godless Death Totem. Okay. Many cultures around Eora decorate their temples with skulls. The godless were no exception. Meditating on the inevitability of death prepares the soul for a swift passage into the beyond. Interesting, but kind of random. So I guess the spirits talking to me now were each of the guardians of the trials, right?
The fur on the back of my neck is standing up.
Okay. I see that body back there. I'll worry about it after I deal with the trial.
Somehow you bested our trials. Like vermin, you persist.
Am I gonna have to fight them? They all have weapons.
Like vermin, you endured. You kept your head.
You live where worthier souls have fallen, but your journey ends here.
Soil-hearted. Hesitation. Why do they smell fear? They are here to be found. Why? Why will they not free us?
Well, clearly you are also the source of some of their suffering, yes?
This is where you die, Outlander. We cannot risk you provoking the Gardener and causing another calamity.
Might. Fine. Let's dance. Okay. 4. I did everything you asked. What was the point if you were going to kill me?
For you to fall or falter. We would have allowed you to leave if you had chosen to. But you would not relent. Now, We must take matters into our own hands.
Wait a minute. A calamity is already taking place. I'm here to stop it.
Be that as it may, we still won't risk another.
Just so you know, I'm about to kill your ghosts. I don't know what that'll mean for you.
We will not have the Gardener break this land again. You cannot convince us otherwise.
Accusations like water. We do not recognize our face. The ripples break. What do they hide from us? Why do they turn away?
Now, lay your life down. We will all rest quietly. The Gardener will not be disturbed.
Papidol is literally in my brain. She's the one who told me to be here. We fight then.
I only do what we must.
So you say. Alright, I guess I'm gonna have to buff up.
Prepare yourself.
Got it. Will do. Okay, they've got triple skulls on them. That's great. Okay, so we've got a mage, an archer, and a warrior. Makes sense. Let's definitely go for the mage. The archer's not even shooting at me, so... Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna aim for the mage. Always go for the mage. That's just how I play. Okay, nice. Taunt. Get that damage in. Fantastic. He'll basically be done after this one. Okay, last swing. Good. Next person, please. Oh, hey. Hey now. Is my healer, or is my tank down? Shouldn't be. Okay, let's get a stick out so I can get some essence, and... Okay, the teleportation was a bit rude. Am I getting hit by the other guy? I am. Okay, that's fine. You're not even looking at me. Cast your mage, your magic, thank you. Can you slow her down, please? No. And 3 damage. It wasn't crazy damage, but I want my essence. So. Okay, good enough. I like that the magic... Ow, what the... I do like that the magic tracks. Ow. It was painful, actually. You are correct in that assessment. But now it's a 1v3, so there's no chance. Good night. You are so dead. Okay, taunt please. And we're done. Bye.
Think they're really dead this time?
I don't know.
Oh, and it looks like we got a prize on the table over there. Let's take a look, shall we?
We can take a look in a moment, after I get the loot that's through this wall. Thank you. I don't know who you were, but I'll take your stuff. Thank you very much. Next. Alright, Ekidan device. Yeah, that's not a great mural to be looking at.
So much rage in this mural. The Sarpedon must have been
Level 21. Very good.
Ekidan's unfortunate bystanders.
+1 ability point. Do I have enough level ups now to do more crits? I do. Or retribution. Okay, that's fine. What are my crits? Yes. Perfect. I still have 3 more points, though. I don't even know what I want to invest in at this stage. Power attacks, flurry of blows. Killing enemies restores companions. That's not too crazy. I almost want to grab clear out, but like, just flatly swinging is not terrible. Right? Becoming uninterruptible and hitting all nearby enemies with your currently equipped melee weapon. That could be helpful, actually. I could just do AoE and spin my way through. Spin to win. Power attacks with axes and greatswords deal bleed accumulation. That could be good. I use greatswords. You know what? We'll just invest all in. Wonderful. What about my companions? How are they doing? Giada, who I'm not using at the moment. Fire accumulation to hit enemies reduces the cooldown. You know what? Fire accumulate. Let's just do the cooldown. Yep. Thank you. And your passive. Revive. Ooh. Temporary health. Increases healing. That's not necessary. Kai, I want your bonuses, actually. I would like Leap of Daring to give you temporary health proportional. No, that's not necessary. Honestly, he doesn't get downed anymore. That's not necessary. Why not greatly increase the amount of stun? Yes. Lovely. And we'll interact now. Oh, achievement.
I've seen an Ekidan device like this. These mechanisms, they mark the locations of important sites. It's a map.
Ever closer. We must speak of this.
Doesn't look like any map I've ever seen. But I'll take your word for it.
So where is the garden, then? Actually, Yatsley, quick, can you read it?
Don't rush me, dearie. Ekidan isn't easy to translate, you know.
So close. We reach. Find us in the Adra.
Got it. The big Adra in the middle of the room will do.
Your gods said hello, didn't they? Go on then, deal with them. I need time to translate.
Fair enough, okay. We can do that. Approach the Adra and speak to Sapidal. Will do. Ooh, unique gear? The Ranga's Clarity. Whatever that means. Where is it? Where is it? Here it is. Intellect and Perception. Okay, as opposed to... what do I have now? Critical damage, which is good, and Intellect. Well, Intellect and Perception, huh? Thank you for that. Ring of... oh, no, sorry. When a volcano at the center of an island in the Deadfire Archipelago began erupting, the Ranga of a small Huana tribe was forced to action to save her people. With only two reasonable choices available, seek higher ground inland or retreat to the island's coast, the Ranga had to choose quickly. In the end, she decided against marching her people towards the volcano and led them towards the shore despite the increasingly darkening skies. As the Huana boarded their boats, thunder began to rumble and it became apparent that a deadly storm was forming. The promise of escape the ocean gave became one of destruction. As the lava crept closer, realization set in that the Ranga had chosen incorrectly, and now she and her people faced either death on land or death at sea. In a moment of sudden clarity, she realized that one option yet remained, and without hesitation slit her own throat. Oh dear. That moment of clarity is immortalized in this ring, a precious heirloom that was passed down through the generations. Oh. Wow. Well, that's crazy. Well, how unfortunate. Some of the stories...
Your god wants a chat.
yeah, some of the stories in the lore are quite sad. Okay, I mean, these were clearly all Dream Thrall related. Examine the Adra, please. Oh, hey.
You are here.
I am, you're right.
You heard us in the roots. You seek the garden. You know the way. But the Jabari Sinakis, they turn from you. You have shown us only kindness and patience. Surely they would welcome you as kin, grafted from the same root.
Seeing their suspicion must have been painful for you. What do you remember of them? Well, I do have to ask. They're so distrustful of you, they tried to kill me. Explain that.
Ungrateful. They forget what we have done for them, how we loved them. We were theirs, and they were ours, and we told them to protect the wild.
But apparently whenever you get mad, you know, their civilization suffered for it, so...
And we were true. Always. We protected them.
And then what happened? They spoke of death and destruction.
We don't...
You choose not to remember. That's not stellar. Please, I want to help you, but I need to understand what happened.
Do not question us. Blade slips between the bones like a blade. We lived in harmony. We were at peace, and then they came with metal bodies and murderous intent. We tried to stop them.
Intellect. Something still doesn't add up.
We did not want them to die. We loved them. We tried. We loved them so much. We did not cause pain.
Did you kill them on purpose, quickly,
We loved them most. They twist
so they
our
didn't
words.
suffer? Is that what you meant? Hmm.
We will show you.
Show me.
Let us offer you another gift. A seedling of power.
This seems a little desperate. Hmm. What will it be this time?
Our gift is
Oh.
yours to accept or reject. That is all we will say.
Alright, fine.
We will show you our favor. Wait.
Uh-oh.
An intruder. The piercing light. She draws near. The wire. A razor in our throat. Stop her! We writhe. We bleed.
Okay. Do you mean Ludwin? Is she coming? Okay, that sounds like Ludwin, yes.
She comes to trap us. Out! Out! Set her out! Set us free!
Okay, we'll look into that. I don't know whether to trust you anymore, but... Oh. Oh, I passed out again, huh? That's unpleasant.
Wake up! Wake up!
Yep, trying. Doing my best.
What happened? Are you alright? What did you do?
What do you mean, what did I do? I sense a fight coming our way. What's happening? Yeah, perception.
I don't know what you and Sabadal were jawing about, but it must have been juicy because the Adra started to shake and hum.
You can't hear all the dream thralls trying to get in now.
Not really.
What happened with Sapadal?
I guess that's the Dream Thrall sound outside, I guess. It only sounds like one, though, not like a horde. Something's coming, something even Sapadal is afraid of. Sapadal threw a tantrum, something's wrong with them.
Well, that tantrum is attracting dream thralls. They're flooding the area, so I think it's a great time to leave. Now! The map points us to Galawain's tusks.
Of course
we'll
it
find
is.
the way to the garden there.
You can do
We
that.
just have to find a godless tower on the southern coast, and boom! There's our entrance into the garden.
Wonderful.
Galawain's tusks. That's out of the fire and into the volcano.
Into the frying
First,
pan,
we've
right?
gotta get out
Okay.
of here alive. Steal
Sorry, out of the frying pan and into the fire. We should get moving. Sapadal's got a bad feeling. Okay, we gotta get out of here somehow. Oh, what the?
You asked for it.
Okay. Maybe we should save. Should we try to dip out, or... Ow. Ow. Stop that. Should we try to run or kill everything? I'm okay with killing everything. These things are dying in mostly one hit, actually. Probably because they know, hey, we're throwing like a billion dudes at you. You're not wrong. Let's shield up. This is fine. Let's get some essence. Nope. Nice try. Who else? Nope. Not falling for that. Ow. Okay, get in there. Thank you. Maybe we should be dipping out. There are a lot of these things, huh? Ow. Whole lot of swarmers. Yes, yes. Okay, something's about to explode. I didn't even see you there. Okay, do I have something on my butt? I do have something on my butt, sort of. Can you not? Thank you. Thank you. I mean, most of these die in one swing, so it's not the end of the world. This is fine. No. Okay. Turns out Yatsley is down. Yeah, you better be. You're my tank. Get up. Use your passives, please. Great. Okay, I think they are infinitely spawning, so let's just run out of here. How leave this place? Oh, that's not it. Ow, what just hit me? I don't even know what just hit me. Okay, maybe all the doors are just closed and we can't. No, it totally is. We're just going. We're just going. We're just going. Yep. They're infinitely spawning, so this is not worth it. Uh-huh. See you. Ow. Do we have to run completely out of this zone as well? I guess we'll find out in a moment. Okay. This is still fine. I don't think we're getting any experience out of this, so it's not really worth my time. So, no fast travel allowed, but I'm sure there are alternate ways out of here. I don't want to blow up. Okay, that's one way out. This is fine. Ow. We can totally make it. We can totally make it. We know how to get out of here. We've been through this zone a few times now. We can get out. Just run. Run! Okay. Ow, who's fighting who over here? Oh, Steel Garrote! Okay. They weren't wrong. Out of the frying pan, indeed. So the Steel Garrote are just hanging out here now. Ringrim.
Leave before you worsen
Oh,
the situation.
Ludwin. This is all bad. Alright, this has escalated quite quickly, actually.
Should burn it out before it spreads.
You're a child playing at being a hero. You understand none of the forces at work here.
The Circle of Archmagi has overstepped their authority. Again.
I don't know how to explain this any better. This is not a problem to solve with cannons or steel.
Can we talk?
Envoy?
Hello?
Hope you found what you were looking for. Because those ruins are about to be a distant memory.
That's fine. Let's not be a actually kind of character. You've been keeping tabs on me.
I have eyes in every corner of the living lands. Some more discreet than others. This is a spring from which the Dream Scourge flows, injecting poison into the veins of the island.
No, a cleansing fire. Poison or cure?
The same poison that spread to Fior Messiverno, and even now rots the city from within. Stand by my side, and we can strike a blow at the Dream Scourge. And at Sapadal.
Gesture impatiently. I'm still waiting to hear some specifics, Inquisitor. You know about Sapadal, why am I not surprised? Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
An Inquisitor seeks answers, some through interrogation, others through prayer. I've been watching you, Envoy. You, who survived when so many godlike fell.
You sound so upset about this.
Gods, what made you so remarkable? And the burned queen opened my eyes to what you are. We knew the chaos of the living lands had an origin. How could I have known that you were its offspring?
In all fairness, I'm only the offspring in a spiritual sense. Yeah, that's more actually. The Emperor sent me to fight the Dream Scourge, not your crusade.
Different wars on the same battlefield. There are two plagues in the living lands. Help me destroy one, and the other will follow.
Ashes. Nothing of the Ekidan will remain.
We may not burn out the Dream Scourge here, but we can burn out its symptoms and take the fight to your patron.
Spirits cry out, bury the fire, but still they rage.
Is her first instinct always to destroy stuff and hope that fixes things?
Evidently.
Always thinking with your sword. You zealots never change. I happen to like these ruins. They've been very informative. Without them, I'd never have learned there was a new god in the living lands.
Another reason why they should be destroyed. Sapadal is dangerous, but an archmage is more unpredictable by far.
Sounds like you've got other ideas, Ringrim. What do you propose?
I do love it when people choose to listen to reason.
You want to make
I
a
have an
new
alternate
Mage's
solution
Tower?
to the problem at hand.
This should be amusing.
I am not talking to you, am I? Don't interrupt me.
Okay. Huh. Nice to see Ludwin put in her place. Let's not be overly antagonistic here. Tell me your plan.
Yes. Honestly, it's quite simple.
Uh-huh.
I can sever the connection between the Adra in the ruins and the rest of the living lands. It will isolate the dream-scourged essence and halt the creation of new dream thralls in Shatterscarp.
Okay,
But
that doesn't
those
sound
that
that bad.
exist will remain. My solution will end the plague in this region, I believe, and keep Ludwin from having to do terrible things to those nice ruins.
What's the catch? Yeah, clearly you want to do something else with it.
I knew I liked you for a reason. Yes, there is a catch. It's also what you may call a large one.
Okay.
Severing the Adra will require the use of a truly immense amount of essence.
Oh.
Which, well, will result in a few deaths.
That doesn't sound good.
A few deaths? What about Quilichi? And the other Furians? And Quilichi?
Gentle sleep. One moment day, the next, a poppy's dream to carry them to the Garden of Night. They would feel no pain.
Perception. I'm reminded of a certain parable about a statue.
I'm so very glad you recall.
Oh yes, this story. That's your plan? Rip the souls out of people's bodies to power up a spiritual amputation?
Yes, exactly. Very concisely put.
What do you mean by a few deaths?
A few dozen people may die. Possibly 100 or so in the more dire scenarios.
What? This is your solution?
There is no control over who will perish in the process. But it will stop the Dream Scourge from spreading in Shatterscarp. No new Dream Thralls will be created.
Reingrim is one of the smartest people alive. If she says this is the way, it's hard to argue.
I'm not sacrificing
no matter
lives.
how much we might want to.
You can't be entertaining this. Not after what we've seen. The frozen corpses, the twisted riddles. The Dream Scourge is a tragedy, but she's a monster. You can't leave Thirdborn at her mercy.
Yeah, I'm not doing
It's
that.
not an ideal solution. But it is easier to save a life when you've amputated the necrotic limb, so to speak.
Do you even hear yourself? Those necrotic limbs are real people, Ringrim.
At least I'm not the only rational voice in this debate. She would sacrifice the very people we're trying to save, and for what?
True.
Not even to destroy the Dream Scourge. Merely to slow it down.
Destroying the ruins and killing the Dream Thralls within is also a short-term measure. Ludwin's solution will eventually result in the same number of casualties, possibly even more.
Assuming we don't find another way to end the Dream Scourge in the meantime.
If such an alternative existed, I'd have suggested.
I'm sure we're going to find one, so I don't
So
really
long as
need
the
you
Dream
and
Scourge
your
exists, more
your
people
sacrifice.
will become infected. And the infected will take more lives, and this will continue indefinitely.
She has no idea what the consequences of her actions might be. And neither do you. Envoy, I want to show you something.
Oh? What am I about to see? Burning skull? Empty? Nothing? I think it's a skull. I think I saw something in there. Yep. Ooh. Very interesting.
I swore an oath to my goddess. A solemn vow that I would give everything in service to her. Even myself. And I did so, gladly. Sapadal wants the same devotion from you. The only difference is, you never had a choice.
I decide what happens here, not Sapadal. Sapadal is the steward of this land. They have its best interests at heart. We don't know that for sure. I might not have chosen Sapadal at first, but I choose them now. These ruins venerate Sapadal. Destroying them would be an act of defiance. Well, I decide what's going on here.
And what makes you so sure the decision is truly yours? Sapodal has been whispering in your ear, guiding you, influencing you. You owe Sapodal nothing, and yet they demand everything. That is not devotion. It's cruel.
Yes, quite difficult to decide whether to believe your new god or the angry skeleton actively threatening us.
Right?
This isn't about Sapodal. This is about every man, woman, and child in Shatterscarp.
Godlike. I leave the choice to you. Both options will bring harm. The question is, which will bring more good?
Yeah, see, that's the problem. This is going to be difficult. Yeah, neither of your solutions are acceptable to me. Is this really the best you can do?
Perhaps not. But one of these solutions will bring an end to the matter in Shatterscarp. Remember the village and the statue it couldn't repair. Remember the lesson I tried to teach you. None of our lives matters. Not when they might cost us the future. Now choose, Envoy. Destroy the ruins and the Dream Thralls, but allow the plague to keep spreading. Or sever the Adra and end the plague in Shatterscarp, with an unknowable number of casualties.
Yeah, unknowable is pretty
She toys
rough.
with me with innocent lives, while I offer only the truth.
Thirdborn needs help. I value my companion's counsel. I want to hear from them. Yep, I'm quite literally just stalling.
Good people die either way. But severing the Adra shortens their suffering. I hope.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but Ludwig's right. I hate what the Dream Scourge has done to Thirdborn, but letting that Archmage snuff out even more lives is worse. Destroy the ruins, Envoy. Whatever comes next, at least it's something people can fight or flee.
Ooh. Ending the spread, sever the Adra. Thirdborn needs help, destroy the ruins. I can't believe it, but I think I'm going to side with Ludwin on this one. Yeah. I'm siding with Ludwin.
What? No!
Sorry, Yatzli.
I will honor your decision, even if I think you're a disappointment.
Your patron deity might object, but the living will thank us for it.
Burn, destroy, we twine.
Sorry, Sapodal, but this can't happen.
Soldiers of the Steel Garrote, you heard her. Bring it down.
Well, it's a shame. I also don't like the idea of destroying ruins like this, but I'm not doing it at the cost of lives. Scion of the Immortal Land. Increase your damage and grants health regen for 12 seconds. That's not bad at all. Okay. Look at them clapping so happily. Talk to me.
You have destroyed a place of great power. A part of your heritage, no less.
You're right, I did.
Now that I know a new god was the reason for those anomalies in Naku Kobel, there's nothing left for me in the living lands.
Okay. You're not interested in Sapodal?
Another god. There are so many. If a new one is more aberrant than another, does it really matter? But that is for you to wrestle with. I'm done here. However, I have one final question for your young wizard.
Okay.
For... me?
You have shown a great deal of talent, Yatzli. Few can dispel my illusions so easily. I could use your assistance. And the companionship. It's really dreary being alone. Should you wish to return with me, I would happily take you on as my apprentice.
Wait, is this
The
what
rest
would have
of
triggered
the
that dialogue? Did I
not
just get that
often
dialogue
used.
sequence out of order?
Which is good, because
Huh.
they're tiresome. You, however, are a power worth shaping. And rather delightful to boot.
Well, obviously, I'm... Wait. Really? You want me to... Wow. That would be amazing. But I have to think about it. At the very least, the
I don't
artifact
recommend
would be
it.
lost without me. And so would my lover. Though the idea of finally devoting more time to magic is tempting.
Arcane Scholar, nope. Chance of a Lifetime, nope. We can't lose you. We need you to stop Ludwin. Am I really going to say that in front of Ludwin? You don't need to choose now. Take your time.
My work will still be there even when this world is in ruins. Which, hopefully, won't happen. Whatever you decide, it will be some months before I depart. You
Okay.
know where to find me. Be clever, godlike. Don't think too much with your heart.
So that happens. Speak to Temerity in Thirdborn. We'll do that shortly.
Congratulations, envoy. You listened to your reason instead of your patron.
Indeed.
It takes an ironclad will to defy one's god.
Okay, but I don't see you doing it. I'm surprised you approve. I did it for Shatterscarp, not for you.
Even better. Unlike Sapadal, I have no use for blind loyalty. Destroying the ruins brought us valuable...
I'm surprised she's not
but the
super
threat of
upset
the
with me
green
destroying her
plague
plans for
remains
Fior.
beyond
Considering
your
I killed a bunch of her soldiers.
You and I are willing to
But
do what
okay.
it takes to restore order in the living lands. Heelguard lacks the spine to do what's right. But we won't let that stop us, will we? For now, this is where we part ways. The Steel Garrote and I follow a different path. No doubt it will cross yours eventually.
No doubt. We seek the garden, Sapadal's prison, and domain.
As do I. We'll see who finds it first.
Hey, at least she's cordial about it. I'm surprised that she's as friendly as she is.
She's not turning those guns
Yeah.
on us.
I mean, granted, we did follow along with her idea, so maybe she's feeling merciful or something.
Good work.
Right, yeah, thanks. I don't know if I want to hear that from you.
Show you how it's done.
Can you get any more British? Okay, well, with that out of the way, I think we're going to call it right here. Next episode, we're returning to Thirdborn to talk to Temerity, and then presumably moving on to Gallowayne's Tusks. So I hope that you enjoyed what you saw here today, and that you're doing well wherever you are. This has been Karst with Avowed, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day, thank you for watching, we'll catch you later. Bye-bye now.